Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Yay. Anyway, welcome to my channel. This is my channel, Manaka, and I am Manaka. So I wanted to make a series called Generator Storytime. So in human design, if you've been watching my human design videos, I am a generator. So I am a sacral generator. Yes, sacral generator. And that simply means that I have an enveloping I hate this word so much. I have an enveloping aura, which basically means that everything that is for me, well, everything that I, how do I say it? So everything, English, okay. So it simply means that everything that's around me or needs to work for me comes into my aura, and then it's up to me. So everything comes into my aura, and it's up to me to feel my gut feeling, to know how my gut feeling feels. It's different for different people, and I'm actually starting to believe that my gut feeling is more true when I'm grounded. It's more true in the moment, because I will try to put the chart up, but if you check, the sacral can connect to anything or any of it can connect to any of the other centers. There's the word. Oh my god. Okay, so there's the word. So it can connect to all the other centers, and I believe that the connection from the sacral to whatever center that it connects to is what moves you into your sacral or yes or aha moments. So for me, my sacral is connected to my root chakra, and my root is connected to my spleen. So that basically means that I need to be grounded. And if you want to look deeper, you look at the connections. So in order for it to be a sacral authority, the sacral has to be defined. Then the whatever center that it connects to needs to be defined as well, and so on and so forth. But you can also look at the gates and the channels that are active in those places, in those centers. So for me, let's check. So for me, my connection, or the channel that connects my sacral to my root, is 4253, and those are my conscious sun gates. And conscious and unconscious sun gates. And the sun is what illuminates you. The sun is what usually is what people notice about you first. So that is huge. Okay, and then and then the other thing that's connected is my channel of 54 and 32, and 54 is a gate that is heavy in my chart. I think it's there probably 4 or 5 times. So that means that in order to connect to my sacral, 42, 53 channel and 54, 32 channel is what I need to focus on, right? And as you are unlearning the way you were taught or the way you were told how to be, you find that knowing your blueprint in human design helps you to move into a space that's less, maybe less condensed, less confusing and chaotic. And I'm not saying that the difficult times will stop. I think being a human is encompassed with really good times and really bad times, and that's where the color comes into your life. Being able to notice the different spaces or places that you can be from neutral. And if you are able to see, like say when you're in lower vibe energy, that I'm at a 80. I'm at an 80% out of 100. Let's say it's out of 100. That means that if I'm able to allow myself to view these emotions, to see where they stem from, to see if it's a trauma response or whatever it is, or what that situation or event or person is trying to bring up, if I'm able to see that and learn from it and transmute it, I will be able to shift myself to an 80% on the other side, to the good. So that's how I've started seeing it. And this is information that I was actually able to notice from a recent 7-day manifestation magic, money magic kind of ritual thing. I don't know how to explain it fully, but if you check Tumi Moloto on Instagram, I follow only on Instagram, but she has the Money Magic Coven, and honestly what she does and the practices that she does are absolutely amazing. And then the other person who I follow who is very good and helpful in terms of manifestation is Anaha. That's NAHAA. Those are the two people that for right now are really helping me to shift my lower energies, helping me shift the traumas and the fears and all of that, so that I can manifest and have abundance properly without feeling uncomfortable. You know, if you really look at people and how they've experienced abundance, a lot of them, they get what it is that they've been asking for and it falls flat. So I think that's one of the good things of the Lord's Prayer. I'm pretty sure there's a prayer that's better than the Lord's Prayer somewhere, but I think it's the Lord's Prayer. I don't remember which one it is, but grant me the serenity to be able to accept the things that I cannot change. That's the part that I remember. But it's being able to ask for the things that you want, but also being able to accept the time that they need to come into your life, and remembering where you are in your time space continuum. I'm sure that's a wrong word to use, I just felt like saying it. Anyway, so I'm gonna do a series throughout the season of Heteru, who is Hathor, who is the goddess of love and I guess motherhood. And you know, Hathor has taught me so much in terms of my spiritual journey. She's taught me so much in terms of divine feminine energy, and because she's the ruler of Taurus, and we are in the season of Taurus here in the southern hemisphere, and Taurus is ruled by Venus, I think that this is such a beautiful time to do it. It's a beautiful time to get yourself into the 7-day manifestations, to do 21-day challenges and all of that, and rewire your brain to abundance. So the beginning of this video is obviously all over the place, but I did want to explain a little bit before I do all the story times. But I wanted to share some of my generator woes and generators woohoos. Yeah. So at the beginning of the year, so the place that I'm currently working at, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know where I work. I've been in the position that I've been in for 5 years, over 5 years, and I have been at this company for around almost 9 years officially, but 10 years unofficially, if you count the time that I left. Excuse me. Anyway, so there are times when, okay, so for example, when you talk about human design, there are certain things that you're supposed to do. So I am a left angle cross of cycles. So I need to know how to start cycles correctly and end them correctly, right? And that is where my storytelling techniques or storytelling talents come from. I need to be able to speak about what it is that I'm experiencing in my life, and I need to be able to showcase it or show it. I need to showcase it and show it for or to the people around me, so that they can learn from me. So I don't know if you check my TikTok, my main one, Bubbly BUBLEE7, is the one where I share my insights as I go along, what I've learned and all of that. I don't necessarily do story times, however. And then the other one, my Lunar Sunflower .sl on TikTok, is more about human design. So I do try to share certain things on there, but there's only so much time that you get. So here I'm going to see if I can share and express my feelings in terms of one of my story times. This is already a long ass video. So the story time is of how I got to a place where I can feel the cycle needs to end, but having, I wouldn't say inability, but more of lower energies that freak me out about leaving somewhere where you're comfortable. So I've talked about The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. That is an amazing book, and if you haven't read it, please. Especially if you're over 30, please read it, because I feel like there's a lot that you're doing that you should not be doing. Anyway, so I feel like I've been working from my zone of excellence, mainly because everything that I do feels like second nature to me. I can do everything that I do within my current job, probably with my eyes closed. And that's where, I guess, like, I love my job, but I think that's where boredom comes, because once you are able to do something where you're comfortable, where you're in your comfort zone, I think that's when you need to know to move, right? So that's what I'm still learning. So I've studied or started learning about human design in 2002, straight after my birthday. And it really just it hit a light bulb in my mind. It's the most amazing thing I've ever experienced, and I don't agree with the person who made the system. I think humans can be the worst in many forms. I could get all the knowledge and teach you all the knowledge and still be a fucked up person, but it doesn't mean that the knowledge is incorrect. That's my opinion. And I think a lot of people will be pissed off because he was a racist. However, it's up to you whether you want to actually learn through your own blueprint and then, I guess, discard what doesn't serve you anymore, if that makes sense. Okay, so cool. Beginning of this year, no, from last year, I wanted to move to a certain company, right? I had heard about it. Friends of mine who was in this company told me about it and said I would fit in very well, right? And I agreed. I'm like, why is it that I have to look, right? I am hope motivation. Okay. When it comes to motivations, being hope motivation, I need to sort of, I guess, do my dream boards, write down what it is that I want. Okay, another thing, I have left facing arrows. Which side is left? I hope that's left. So I have left facing arrows, and I have 3 of them. So if you have 3 or more of either left or right, you are majority of that energy. Now, left facing arrows are more of planned, or more of routines and all of that. I hate that. I don't like doing things like that at all. But you know, sometimes you do find yourself following certain routines. So from last year, I started intentionally making routines for myself. My morning routine, my lunchtime routine, and I guess, thank you, Spirit. My lunchtime routine and my evening routine became more, I'd say aggressive, but not aggressive like aggressive as in like, I needed to make sure that everything was happening, like that I didn't miss my ritual for the morning, I didn't miss my ritual for the lunch, I didn't miss my ritual for even, like, you know, when you touch water is so powerful, and speaking to it is what can align you to what it is that you want. Anyway, cool. Then I had to be patient. One thing about hope motivation, You gotta be patient, because remember, I'm also a generator, and my energy brings in what I need. So I need to wait for what I need to come into my space so I can respond to it. I can't initiate it, because if I initiate it, it is more than likely going to fail. So cool. I kept asking and asking and asking and asking and asking and asking when this job was going to come out, right? And then eventually, the job that I was waiting for came out this year. And I'm fucking amazing at what I do. I don't care what anybody says. Honestly, I don't give a shit. There were times when I did give a shit, because I feel like people will always question you no matter what you do. But I'm really good at what I do, and I do a lot. So cool. I believed wholeheartedly that this job was mine, right? And I had the hope. However, because I am a detail-orientated energy, I needed to make sure that it was in line with things that I'd written down in terms of the kind of job that I wanted. And that job didn't have everything that I wanted. And that's the first mistake that I made. So the invite came in, and I'm like, ooh. So not invite, that's going to confuse projectors. So the energy came into my aura, and I responded to it, and I applied. And then I didn't follow my instinct the first time, because the first time the instinct was I had to ask my friend to check first. Then my friend had to check with them if they had called me. Number one, that already tells you I shouldn't be the one checking on you. They should be the one coming to me, right? And you don't have to agree with it unless you have the chart. If you have a chart that's exactly like mine, generator, sacral, hope, motivation, 3 left arrows, 3 left facing arrows, then you might agree to what I'm saying. However, if you don't have a lot of what it is that I have in my chart, there is a highly likely chance that you will not agree, okay? So that's the reason why you need to do your human design chart to see what it is that you align with, right? Cool. So I ignored that first part, right? Cool. Went through the first interview, it was fine, perfect. Then the second interview, even the woman loved me. The person who interviewed me loved me so much that she said, I'm so grateful that you are asking me questions. And I'm like, oh, you know, I was there for longer than what the interview was supposed to be. Not because I was wasting her time, but because she wanted to show me everything. That already to you should tell you that I should have gotten the job, right? You would think. Then, I'm waiting for the third interview because I'm confident. I am hopeful. I'm like, okay, cool. Then literally they call me and tell me that I don't know anything about literally what my job is about. How do you tell me that I don't know anything about something that I do on a daily basis? How? Like, that's how you know that the universe or your ancestors or your higher self, it's probably all 3 of them, and God, they are working together to get you to a space and a place where your thinking is right, where your emotions are right, where you are able to see that, damn, I deserve much better, okay? Literally, knowing very well that that job wasn't aligning with the things that I wanted out of a job, I still went for it. Seeing that it wasn't going as smoothly as it should have, because if it's for you, it'll go smoothly. Then basically trying to jump hurdles to prove yourself to people. Why the hell am I proving myself to you? Because remember, in an interview, just like a friendship, a relationship, familyship, I'm going to use that word all the time, even with your managers and your colleagues, you have to each prove to each other that you deserve to be working with each other in a friendship, in a relationship, loving each other, whatever it is. it needs to be equal from both sides, and not all the time. But there's this phrase that Gay Hendricks says in his book, The Big Leap, where he says that when it comes to issues, we need to understand that each side needs to take 100% of the so you're 100% the words are gone. You are 100% the reason for the issue, and you are 100% the victim, right? So you are allowed to feel what you're feeling, but you also need to be 100% there, physically, emotionally, energetically, all of it. You have to be 100% there to fix it. So even if you feel you were wronged, you need to be 100% there. Just like your person, whoever it is, needs to be 100% there. Once that happens, once we are both on the same page and we're both giving 100% to fix it, we're both giving 100% to see both of our sides. We are both seeing 100% to see what the energy of the event was trying to give to both of us. That's when it will get fixed. That's when it will get resolved. That's when you'll both be able to move past it. But when it's 50-50, there's always that chance that somebody will fall behind of their 50%. I will try find that wording. I will try find it. I think it was a whole page or a whole chapter. Who knows? I will put it up. But that's something that people don't understand. If you don't put in enough work as I do, then you are not worth my time. Simple as that. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying. So I don't entirely think that it had to do with the fact that I don't know anything or I don't know my job. I mean, why am I here for so long if I don't know my job? But anyway, I think it had more to do with the fact that the universe and my ancestors had to move around, I guess, the reality or the view of the people that I had seen. Because that specific job was not for me. All the jobs that I've applied for and I knew that I would do fantastic were not for me. And I think that's the hardest pill to swallow. But once I am able to clear that out or see that out, then the cycle of whatever it is that needed to end, whether it is getting a promotion, getting more money, leaving the company, those cycles will get there when they need to. Once you have understood what it is that you needed to learn from failure. And remember, failure is not failure. We use all these words that make us uncomfortable and sad and angry, but it's not failure, it's redirection. So yeah, that was my experience as a sacral generator with Hope Motivation. And what's the other thing? Left angle cross of cycles, Incarnation cross. So yeah, the next story hopefully will be posted soon. And I hope you guys enjoy this series. The videos won't always be as long, but they might be, because the stories that I'm telling, I don't always like to tell stories, but the stories that I'm telling are important enough that maybe somebody could learn from it. So I decided to share. Hope you have an amazing day, whichever day you watch it on.